What's up, fight fans? Today's video is stacked. We've got drama, chaos, and moments that'll leave you speechless. I've put it all together in one place, so no more talking. Let's just get to it. Do me a favor and smash that like button and subscribe. We're sprinting toward 100,000 subs, and every single one of you counts. Huge thanks to everyone who's already part of the team. Now, let's go. The drama didn't stay in the ring at the latest BKFC event. It spilled right into the front row. Mike Perry and Eddie Alvarez got into a heated confrontation in the crowd, and things got personal fast. Apparently, the floor near the ring was a mess, and according to Platinum Mike Perry, that's where the trouble started. In typical Mike Perry fashion, he didn't hold back. He claimed the floor was slippery as heck, and when Eddie's wife accidentally took a tumble and fell on her face, Perry didn't offer a hand. He laughed. Perry joked that for the first minute of the chaos, he was just stuck underneath everyone, slipping around on the floor. Eddie Alvarez was clearly not having it. You don't talk about a man's wife, especially in the fight game, and the tension between these two legends is now at an all-time high.
One of the best fights in the world. This is amazing. This is A, Los Angeles, and B,
Whether this was just a heat-of-the-moment clash or the start of a massive build-up for a BKFC rematch, one thing is for sure. When Mike Perry is in the building, chaos is going to follow. The MMA world is absolutely losing it over a new sport called Run Nation, and not in a good way. Promoted by UFC heavyweight Tai Tuivasa, this thing is basically a human demolition derby. Two athletes line up on a track and sprint at each other at full speed, colliding head-on with zero headgear or padding. The goal? Be the last one standing after a full-body car crash. The backlash is massive, and for good reason. Last year, a 19-year-old tragically died in an unsanctioned event, yet the footage is going viral again after Tuivasa shared a clip of two guys getting knocked out cold simultaneously. The MMA community isn't holding back. Ariel Helwani asked if this was dumber than slap fighting, while Ben Askren lamented that we are getting dumber as a civilization. Another fan wrote, "This is for casual UFC fans who only want to see knockouts." Another wrote, "This is the kind of Dana claims is the fastest growing sport in the world." Another fan asked, "How long until we start just killing each other as a sport?" Journalist Damon Martin wrote, "What's next? Dudes just stand 3 feet apart and swing baseball bats at each other? This somehow makes Power Slap look civilized." But what do you think about this sport? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. The combat sports world may have just witnessed another insane moment going viral for all the wrong reasons. At a clash event in Brno, Czech Republic, the main event completely unraveled in shocking fashion. During a takedown attempt, one fighter suddenly bit down on his opponent's ear. The reaction was instant. The fighter screamed in pain as blood poured from the side of his head. The referee stepped in, but the chaos was just getting started. The fighter who did the biting tried to leave the cage, and that's when the crowd exploded. Fans rushed toward him, throwing drinks, chairs, and even punches. Security struggled to control the situation as he was escorted out under heavy pressure. It was pure madness. Moments like this remind everyone how unpredictable combat sports can be. Jake Paul was caught on camera absolutely breaking down in tears, and it's for the best reason possible. His fiancée, Dutch speed skating star Jutta Leerdam, just captured Olympic gold. Jake was in the stands watching the race, and as soon as it became clear that Jutta had won, he just couldn't hold it back. He was seen sobbing with joy, overwhelmed by how hard she worked to reach the top of the podium. Later, he took to social media to call her his hero and said that watching her win was a better feeling than any of his own victories in the ring.
Oh yeah.
Congrats to Yuta on the gold. It looks like the Paul household is going to need a bigger trophy cabinet. One of the biggest stars in UFC history is starting to talk about the end. Israel Adesanya recently got real about his future, admitting that his legendary run in the octagon is coming to a close. The last stylebender has always been one of the most active champions, but he says the end is now clearly in sight. Adesanya revealed that he was close to returning to action last year in a short-notice fight against Reinier de Ridder, but the plan fell apart after he suffered an injury during training.
I was gonna fight last year, but then I got injured in the gym, and then that opportunity got taken away. It was a short-notice fight as well, and I've never done one of those, so that would have been exciting.
Who was the person?
RDR.
Yeah.
On 5 weeks notice, 6 weeks notice, and I was already training, so I was getting ready for a fight. So it would have been like, right, I've never done this before, hop in there, but then that moment got taken away from me. But that's, in hindsight, the best thing.
While they were hanging out at the celebrity flag football game, Demetrius Johnson asked Justin Gaethje why he chose not to grapple or lean on his wrestling during his fight with Paddy Pimblett. Despite wrestling his whole life, Justin admitted he never liked using hooks because it consistently put him in bad positions.
I'm sure you see my YouTube content, how I'm talking about your fights. Why don't you f***ing grapple?
I did grapple.
I mean, you sucked his head down, you came behind him.
How safe was it?
I mean, you were doing safe, but like...
It was so safe.
There's
Can't lose. I had to win.
Gotcha.
Had to win.
It's always weird. It's not weird. My coach will be like, you ain't gonna put no hooks in. You ain't gonna grapple him. You ain't gonna...
Every time I put hooks in, I'm done.
Yeah.
Get too high. Yeah, even wrestling my whole life, I never put the legs in.
Yeah.
Got in trouble every time.
Yeah.
I'll never put hooks in.
Oh, okay. So it's something like where you just don't, you're not
I
comfortable.
get too high.
Ah, gotcha. That's fair enough. Okay.
Consistently, and I give up position.
Yep.
And I'm in such a good position. And I'm landing heavy shots.
Yeah.
Doing damage.
Yep.
And they're like, this. So I'm just consistently moving this way.
Yeah.
So where's he gonna shoot?
Well, that's the thing. Like for me, you start going now, I'm going leg kick.
Yeah, he was kicking me though, but he kicked like a so I was like, I can walk through that. Once I figured I could walk through it, then it was money.
John Jones and Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson finally sat down to talk about the never-ending GOAT debate. For years, fans have argued over which one of them is the greatest fighter of all time, but the legends themselves see things a bit differently.
Who the fuck's that guy does? Like, don't worry about it, he's one of the GOATs. Me and him battled for so many years to see who's 1 and 2, but he was always 1, all right?
I feel like people respect us both tremendously as great fighters for completely different reasons.
Of course.
I always say there's plenty of room up there for many stars.
Yep. I always loved him. He was like, why does it always have to be 1?
Yeah.
I love that. He was like, it doesn't always have to be 1. I was like, you know what, Nick? You're right. There always be 1. So.
Yeah, and the truth is, like, who's the best is always going to be an opinion.
Yeah.
So it's great to be mentioned in the conversation.
Of course.
That's what it's about. We've made it.
Yep, absolutely. All right, brother. God bless.
Let's go. Always.
God bless. God bless.
Come on, Mighty Mouse.
The debate over who is the greatest of all time just got even more intense. Javier Mendez recently made it clear why he will never put John Jones at the top of that list.
I think the number 1 for me at the moment is Islam Makhachev, and I think the GOAT for me is Khabib, and I would put John Jones in that category, but I can't because of you paid the price, you lost your prize, like any sport, right? If you're caught doing something you shouldn't have been doing, how can you be considered at the top of the league? I mean, if this is a true sport, you cannot, even though you cannot put that person ahead. How many people have won Olympic gold medals and then they find out that they cheated one way or another and they got the Olympic gold medals taken away from them? Well, if it's true for any other sport, it should be true for MMA too. So that's the only reason why I don't consider him the greatest. I do consider him one of them, even though, but I would have considered him the greatest of all time for damn sure. Yes, 100%.
Joaquin Buckley is officially fed up, and he's not holding back. New Mansa recently went on an absolute tear, calling out the entire welterweight division for being completely inactive. Buckley has been one of the most active fighters on the roster, and he's tired of seeing the top-ranked guys sitting on the sidelines waiting for perfect matchups.
Right now, the division on standstill. Like, this is crazy. Hey, look. The matchmakers know their job. They know better than me what they doing. But right now, they got the hottest division, and ain't nobody fighting. You got Islam out there playing wrestle ball, You got Prates out there partying and clubbing. You got Morales out there twerking and twirling. You got JDM still at the house crying. You got Leon missing again. You got Bilal trying to sell war meals. You got Ian Gary watching in the corner. Boy, I don't know what's going on. Like, what's going on with the welterweight division? We got to get things active. And then, oh yeah, and Shavkat gone. And Shavkat knocked out the ring.
Islam Makhachev recently shared some exclusive behind-the-scenes footage of Usman Nurmagomedov's walkout for his title defense against Alfie Davis, and the vibe was surprisingly chill.
Вот она, четкая суета. Эй, ты сегодня сколько раз к клетке шел? 6 раз иду. 6 раз не устал? Ну, голос у тебя сохранился. Who cares? Устал ты или нет? Усман пошел. Это тоже здесь прям может пересесть. Hiç научно. Догоняй, ночью догоняй. Полная, да? А. Aura. Let's go! Mustafa.
Да, брат.
What it is, bro? What it is, Mustafa? What it is, bro? Bro, you have to come.
Where, brother, where?
2-3 years Dagestan and forget.
Sean O'Malley recently opened up about his contract history with Dana White, revealing that Dana was never personally involved in negotiating his deals. Instead, O'Malley explained that his business was handled behind the scenes by company executives.
Dana White's saying he's not involved anymore, that Hunter basically runs the show. That was a huge headline.
Really? Dana White came out and said it, or someone else came out and said it?
Dana White is no longer directly involved in UFC matchmaking or fighter contracts, he revealed while testifying to the UFC antitrust lawsuit. I have less than zero involvement in fighter contracts. You won't find one manager on the planet who will tell you I've negotiated a deal and I don't know how long.
Yeah, I mean, I've never dealt with Dana ever dealing with fights. I've always dealt with, first for a long time I dealt with Sean Shelby, and then I started dealing with Hunter. Never dealt with Dana from fights or fight contracts or anything. Hunter's always done that. But yeah, so I'm not really that surprised, but I guess it is kind of surprising for like fans to hear. But yeah, I feel like I always kind of knew that. Dana didn't really ever have anything, not that he doesn't have a say, I'm sure he does, but he doesn't have direct involvement.
O'Malley believes Petr Yan should avoid a matchup with Merab Dvalishvili as he returns from back surgery and instead step into a fight with him.
How extensive his back surgery is. Like, it sounds bad. Back surgery?
Back surgery does.
I mean, then you're gonna fight Merab. You're gonna fight Merab within a year after having back surgery. It sounds like a fucking terrible mistake. So I don't know.
So you want him to fight you off of back surgery?
Dude, he don't have to. Yes. I'm not gonna go out there and shoot and try to wrestle him. Can you imagine trying to go through fight camp trying to wrestle? Kidding. No, I know you are, but yeah, I think, and it makes sense. Why would you fight Merab after back surgery when you could fight me? I suck at wrestling. I can't grapple. I'm 1-2 in my last 3.
Arman has been sharing some of his conditioning routines, and fans are losing it over his insane flexibility. We're talking about a guy who can get into positions that would honestly snap a normal person in half.
Hour later.
Guys, I have one request. Do me a favor and smash that like button and subscribe. We're sprinting toward 100,000 subs and every single one of you counts. Huge thanks to everyone who's already part of the team.